I'm about to show you how to make the cayenne margarita. Now you're probably wondering, why are you showing me how to make a margarita? I know what it is, I already know how to make it. First of all, calm down, I can't hear you. Second of all, you probably do know how to make it, but I 100% guarantee you, you're making it the amateur way. So let's get started and I'll show you why this is the 100% best way to make an authentic margarita. The first technique I'm gonna show you is called rimming. No, not that kind of rimming. We're talking about rimming a glass. So what you want to do is cut a little slice of lime. You get a slice of lime and you just kind of wet the outside of your glass. And save this lime because you're going to use it later. Then you have a dish of salt that you can, and you're going to roll the glass over it like so. The salt is there so that you can drink it first, then taste the beverage, and it kind of quenches your thirst. So when the liquid goes into your throat, it feels that much better.
What kind of salt are you using again?
I'm actually using kosher salt because regular table salt, they're like sears almost, and it's very, the volume of it compared to this is it's too much, so it doesn't stick to the glass very well. This is more like flakes. It's bigger, but it's thin and it's flaky, so it sticks to the glass a lot better.
Yeah, I remember you made this drink a few days ago without kosher salt.
Yeah.
And the salt just wouldn't stick.
Yeah, yeah, and then you really have to get it really wet, and then you end up with too much salt. So kosher salt is the best. Regular salt is fine. It's just going to be a lot harder to get it on the glass. Now that's what I call a good rim job. Now take that lime that you just cut, and you're going to garnish your glass first. And the reason you want to do this step first is because you don't want to be mixing your drink and then have it sitting there because the ice is going to dilute while you're doing this. So you want to do this first, get it out of the way, and when you're finished with your drink, you can pour it straight in. Now let's get to the drink. First and foremost, we use 2 ounces of tequila.
Does it matter what kind of tequila you use?
Basically, there's 3 types of tequilas, Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo.
I knew that.
So the latter 2 are a little bit more expensive because they're aged longer. So usually when you're mixing drinks and when you're making a margarita, you want to stick with Blanco. Now the next thing I'm going to add is called Cointreau. It's going to look weird in this bottle. It's just going to look like water, but it's actually an orange liqueur. And you could actually use any fruit liqueur for this, but Cointreau was actually used in the original margarita, and that's why I like to use Cointreau when I make my margaritas to make it very, very authentic. So we're going to put 1 ounce of that. Next, we're going to put 3/4 ounce of lime juice.
And why are you using the fresh lime?
I mean, I always like to use fresh ingredients because it just tastes a lot better than if you bought, you know, a canned like juice in the store. Also, one thing to note is when you go to a lot of bars and you order a margarita, most bartenders are going to use a sweet and sour mix, and you don't want to use that because it's not fresh, first of all, and it always tastes really, really sugary. Even if they do use lime, they're going to use lime and simple syrup. But when you think Mexico and when you think, you know, a Mexican drink, what do you think? You don't think simple syrup, you think agave. And this actually makes it taste a lot better. So we're going to put 1/2 ounce of that. And now, when you put the ice in, make sure you know what type of cup you have. Because before we used a strainer so the ice would stay in this tin. This time we're actually going to dump everything inside the glass. So keep in mind how much ice, it takes a little bit of practice, so make sure you kind of eye how much ice you want. I'm going to use about 6 cubes here. Put it in here, shake it up. And you pour it all in. Now you might be thinking that I'm done here because it looks amazing, and this is actually a very good margarita on its own. However, we're going to add a little bit of a kick to it. I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. If you're not a fan of cayenne and you don't like spicy, you can add regular pepper. It tastes the same too, but I actually like a lot of cayenne pepper because it adds a little kick to the drink, and it makes it taste way more unique than your average margarita. Make sure you don't get this on your fingers because if you're making out with a girl and your finger goes into her eye while you're holding her face, or your finger slips into any other soft tissue that secretes bodily fluids, it's gonna sting her or him. So make sure you don't get it on your fingers. And that's pretty much it. And one thing you can do too is to add a fruit puree to this. I like to add strawberry when I'm giving it to a girl because girls love strawberry for some reason. One of my friends who's a bartender in LA bartends for Nicki Minaj, and she actually likes this exact recipe except with mango puree. That's her favorite drink. Hold on, let me just pick up that name I just dropped. All right, and that is how you make an authentic margarita.